Hello everybody and welcome to the Creative Arena. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can easily turn any element or content in your Elementor website into a carousel without the use of an additional plugin or extra code or too much work. So at the end of the video we're going to be able to create a feature section for our website that looks something like this, with the navigator here, as you can see. So without further delay, let's dive in and see how we can achieve something like this. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to go down to our Elementor, then head on to settings. Now on the settings, we'll go to the features and make sure our Flexbox container is set to active. We'll now scroll down and also make sure that this nested element is also set to active. Once we've done that, we'll now go down and then we'll now click on save changes. And once we've done that, we'll now head to our editing screen. So on our editing screen, what we're going to do first is we're just going to add a Flexbox container, this structure, and then just so that we can see what we're doing, I'm just going to give it a padding of 100 pixel all around, and then for the left I'm just going to change the left to 20 pixel and the right 20 pixel, so we'll have something like this. So the next thing we're going to do is we just come here to the element section and then we're going to search for carousel. As you can see, we have image carousel, there is loop carousel, there is media carousel, there is testimonial carousel, but the carousel we're going to use is none of all this. This is a carousel we're going to use, and this is a new carousel that Elementor has added, and this carousel is a powerful carousel. With this carousel you can make virtually anything on your Elementor a carousel easily without the need of any additional plugin. So once you've added this, now you can see it gives you these three areas here where you can add widgets to. So now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a widget. We're going to create something here. So let's just click on add and then let's add this. Let's add the container, a Flexbox container, and then let's give it a minimum height of, let's say, 350 pixel. 350 pixel. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is just click on this plus icon and then we're going to add flip box. Let's add a flip box. Yeah, this we just drag it and drop it here. Now for the flip box, we'll come down to the settings. We'll set the height of the flip box to set it to 350, just as we did for the container. Okay, now that we've done this, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to edit the front. So for the front, we're going to add some text here. What we're going to write here is just easy to customize, something like that. I'm going to leave this at the default. This default text, we're not going to do anything to this, and then we're just going to change the view for the icon to start, so we'll have something like this. And then once we've done this, the next thing we're going to do is we'll go to the background and then we're going to change the background to white. We're going to change the background to white. Don't worry if you're not seeing anything. I'm going to change the background to white, and then the next thing we're going to do is we'll go back to the content, yeah, and then we'll just copy this. And then we'll come down here to the back. For the back, we're going to set it the same, and then for this content here, we're just going to copy it and then we're going to duplicate it so that it appears many times like this, and then we're just going to remove that text and put it to learn more to have something like this. Okay, and that we've done this, the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to come down to the styling. Now for the styling options, we're going to add a border, and now a border type to solid, and then we're going to give it 1 pixel all through, and then we'll unlink this, and for the top set it to 0 pixel, so we'll have something like this. And then for the color, we're just going to set the color to something good like this. We're going to set it to this, and then we're going to copy this color code, and then we'll scroll down here for the icon. The secondary color, we're going to set the secondary color to this, and then for the primary color, we're going to set it to this, but we're going to reduce its opacity. We're going to reduce it to something like this, so we'll have something like this. Okay, now that we've done this, now you can see this is what we'll have. So the next thing we're going to do is we'll now go back, come to the back, go to the back, and then for the back, we'll now change the background color for the back. We're going to change it to the same color as what we have here, so we'll have something like so. And then once we've done that, we'll now come down to the settings, and now for the settings, we're going to set it to, instead of flip, we're going to set it to let's say slide. We're going to set it to slide, yep, something like that. And then we're going to have something like this at the end. Before we proceed, let's come down to the front. Let's change the font color for the front. Let's change the font text for the front. We're going to change the font text. Let's change it to black. Then the typo, let's change it to black as well. So we'll have something like this. We have something like this. Now that we've done this, the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to copy this. We're going to copy this, and then we're going to paste it here. We're going to paste it here. We're going to paste it here as well, and then we'll now go back to our slides. These are the slides, and then we're just going to duplicate it. You can also duplicate it from here, duplicate it here, duplicate it, and make it like 6 or thereabout. Okay, as you can see now, we can see these various dots here. You can see here, so it shows that. And then there is also the arrow navigator here, what is not clear, but not to worry about that. We're going to fix that before the end of the video. So now that we have something like this, in order to avoid making this video very long, I'm going to pause the video. So I'm going to change the various content on each of the slides. On each of these slides, I'm going to change the various content and the text so that we'll have something, see some variations there, and the beauty of our design comes out. So okay, so as you can see, I have successfully edited each of the content and then changed all the various content and the icons that are present, as you can see. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how the carousel works, the settings for the various settings for the carousel. Now you can see that I add some effects to it, so we'll have something like this. Once this closes, the other opens, something like that to make it look beautiful. And it's just simple. Everything I've done here is simple. I'm going to explain it to you. Now if you recall what we did on the fixed boss, is similar thing we did after replicating it. All we just need to do is on the next slide, this slide here, we go head down to the settings of the slide. Instead of making the slide to slide upwards, we slide it downwards, and then for the next one we slide it, change the slide and direction to upward, downward, upward, downward. So we'll have something like that. Then for the border round, for the border, you can see that this border here, we remove the border for the border for the bottom, and then for the top here we remove it, and then for the bottom here we remove it, same as we did for um, the first flip box we created. It's just the same thing. All you just need to do is to replicate it and then do it opposite each other, just as you can see here. So now that we've done that, we'll now go to the settings of the carousel. Go to the settings of the carousel. Now to see that, we'll come down here to these settings. Now here, this is where you can set the autoplay, and then the scroll speed, the pause on hover, the pause interaction, the infinite scroll. These are where you can set all the settings for your carousel, how you want your carousel to move. This is where you do that. And if you notice, it doesn't move, the carousel doesn't move or doesn't play on the editing screen, only on the live preview that you can see how it moves. And then here you can set the direction of how it moves, if it moves this way to the left, or you can change it to the right depending on what you want. And then we'll come down to this one, this navigation here. Now this navigation, just like every other navigation on Elementor, this is also similar. Now you can set the arrow. This is the arrow we have here. You can set the arrow, you can set the icon for the arrow here. We can even set the arrow orientation. We can set it for both the next and the previous arrow. We can also come down to the pagination, and then we can select the various type of pagination. If you want for fraction, we can set it. If you want for progress, you can set it as well. So I'm just going to remove the pagination and set it to none. So we're not going to have any pagination. And then for the navigation, we're going to edit the navigation, and then so we can have something that looks beautiful and wonderful. Now we'll go to the style option. For the style option, come down to the navigation. Now for this, we're just going to add a background. We're going to add a background color. We're going to add it to black, set it to black. And then for the icon size, we're going to set the icon size to 30 pixel. And then we're just going to scroll down and give it a padding. Let's give it a padding of 10 pixel all around. So we'll have something like that. So the next thing we're going to do, we'll go to the hover. For the hover, we're going to set the background color for the hover. We're going to set it to red. I'm going to set it to red. So we'll have something like this. Have something like that. So now that we've done that, we'll now head back to the content. Now we'll come down to the navigation here, and then we're going to do some minor tweaking here. Now for this, for the previous arrow, we're going to set the orientation, the horizontal orientation. We're going to set it to the end, and then we're going to give the position minus 50. I'm going to set it to minus 50 pixel. Okay, Now that we've done that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set the vertical orientation. We're going to set the vertical orientation to start, and then we're going to set the positioning. We're going to set it to -70 pixel, -70 pixel, like so. And then we'll now scroll down to the next arrow. Now for the next arrow, we're going to set the orientation. We're going to leave the orientation at end, just as it is here. We'll leave it at end, and then for the positioning, for the horizontal position, we're going to still leave it at 0 pixel. But what we're going to do is we'll come down to the vertical orientation. We're going to set the vertical orientation to the start, so we'll have something like that. And then for the position, we're going to set the position to -70, just like what we did for the previous. So we're going to have something like that. So at the end of this is what we're going to have. So you can see this looks very, very beautiful and wonderful. So we're just going to publish this, and then we're going to preview it and see how it looks like on the live site. So let's preview this. So you can see the autoplay is also on. The autoplay is on, and you can use the navigator here, and then you can check it like this, and everything just looks wonderful for you. So with this particular feature, you can even make a carousel for your team. You can make carousel for your portfolio. You can make carousel for beautiful galleries. Any content at all, you can make a carousel for it with this particular widget. So we've come to the end of this tutorial. If you find this tutorial helpful, please remember to hit the like button, and if you're new to our channel, remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notified first when next I drop a new video.